because
I
I
mean,
have
a lot of
nothing.
people really don't have, like, Mario message boards. In terms of hardcore sales, yes, Mario makes more just because it's a really marketable face.
And
But,
of course, because they make
Well,
a lot of games after him, so of course
right.
it's gonna sell
Zelda
more.
is like more rich in terms of like plot and storyline and depth and all that jazz.
Right,
Yeah,
Mario's more of just an action game.
Yeah.
except for Super Mario Galaxy, in which case it actually did have a good plot. So I was
Yeah.
really happy about that. But this is a Zelda podcast, not a Mario podcast, so that's a bit off topic. But with Operation Rainfall, so its first phase to send all these letters to Nintendo of America has recently ended. So the campaign is most recently going to go into phase 2, which I believe they're going to try to spread the word in Europe about these 3 games. Specifically Xenoblade, because it's actually going to be released sometime this month, I believe. So, if it increases sales, then it could give Nintendo of America the message to say, hey, maybe this is actually marketable in Europe, so hey, maybe it has an audience in North America that we completely refuse to say anything to.
Totally.
I think it's also now being released in Australia and New Zealand in September.
Yes, I believe that is true.
So
Or at least I've heard that they have actually announced localizations for those. So it is safe to. I'm gonna assume your date to be true. So
cool.
Yep, doesn't surprise me any. And of course, it's good for Australia to get these games because it gets ignored by just about everything. So
Yeah.
it's about time that people start showing them some love.
Definitely.
But it's also time to show everybody some love about these games. So these are games that two of these games have gotten rave critical response in Japan. One of them was more lukewarm, but I guess that was more because of it being niche and being of a different genre or something like that. But still, a lot of people really want these games over here, and of course, if you want to support them, we also have a link in the description detailing what you can do to help and where you can do to get that help. Or to do that help. Yeah, I can't talk. So support Operation Rainfall. We're also have to give you a mind crush. Alright, so any last thoughts before we move on?
No, you've done quite the successful plug, sir.
Alright, thank you very much, Tagion. Alright, so then, next matter of business, we have the possibility of a new Eiji Aonuma IP. And nobody's talking, so I guess you guys have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well,
Okay.
What?
Okay. Okay. Okay, it's like this. Eiji Aonuma, the producer of The Legend of Zelda, has recently expressed interest in doing something other than Zelda.
Right.
Well, of course he's expressed interest in doing that since like Majora's Mask, I think, or was it The Wind Waker? I don't remember. But Miyamoto convinced him to stay on the series because hey, he's a cool guy. I mean, really, he is a cool guy. So he's been here since Ocarina of Time, so why wouldn't he be cool? And he actually was the director of Majora's Mask, which, as we know, Takion is in love with.
Yes.
But Aonuma has expressed interest in doing work for a different intellectual property, or IP for short, for people who aren't savvy in abbreviations that nobody cares about. And I find this really interesting because Aonuma really hasn't worked on any other IP besides Zelda that has been released in the U.S. as far as I know, or that has really been. I don't know. I mean, I think he worked on something before that, but I don't think it was released outside of Japan. Surprise, surprise.
So, do you have any idea what this new IP is, or is going to be about, or like what genre?
Yeah, I actually have no idea. I mean, I'm not even sure if a new IP is actually being developed. I mean, that's a rumor going on, or at least that's what Destructoid's saying, but the thing about them is that I think they just may be trolling. Because they say that, okay, here's basically what they say. The last paragraph says, okay, Destructoid has recently found out from Aonuma that a new IP from him is in the works. But the sentence after that says, the only thing we know about is that the title is called The Legend of Belda, or something like that. So, yeah, I think it's a fairly obvious troll ploy right there. So, I mean, the feasibility about it just went down quite a bit. But what do you guys think? What do you think are the odds of there being a new Eiji Aonuma IP?
I certainly wouldn't doubt it. I mean, he's been going at it for quite a while, and I mean, yeah, it's probably more than enough to keep him warm during the winter months. But he's probably just aching for something new at this point. But I look forward to anything that he could really throw out because I really respect him.
Yeah, he's a real cool guy. Really cool guy. I wish he would direct more games, actually. But he's been going into a producer position, kind of like with Miyamoto has been ever since Majora's Mask.
Yep.
I don't know, because, I mean, wouldn't they really need him right now? Because Wii U is going to be coming out soon, and we're going to want a Zelda for Wii U, and that's going to take a lot of work with all the new capabilities.
Well, that's true as well. But I guess the thing that we can assume about Zelda Wii U is that it's not going to be released for a few more years.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably shouldn't. I mean, it's probably not. It's probably not even wants to be thinking too much about that right now, since Skyward Sword's just around the corner.
Yeah, we're directing our attention a little bit future for it, aren't we?
Yeah. So we don't want to overshadow Skyward Sword after all the hype that it's been getting. So. I mean, there's nothing wrong with looking to the future, of course, but, you know, I mean, there's still another Zelda game that's really, really close. It's just a few months away. So,
I just feel like I've been waiting forever.
Well, yeah, it's been at least 4 years.
I actually pre-ordered Skyward Sword last summer before they even released the title.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, but hey, that's marks of a true Zelda fan right there.
Yeah,
True dedication to the craft.
Yeah.
As Tachyon would put it.
Twilight Princess, just because I saw the box art. It was of Fyrus, you know, from Death Mountain.
From Goron Mines, yeah.
Right, so that was pretty awesome, and I just had to get it right then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and of course, you actually did post your opinion on the Desert Colossus about it being awesome after the first boss, because of the music.
Yes. Yes.
So then, I guess we pretty much agree that it's not out of the air for Aonuma to create a new IP.
Right.
I don't think it's happening, but...
Yeah, I kind of don't think it's happening either after Destructoid kind of trolled us. But I'm still not stopping it from...
We can have hope.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with hope. And really, if we keep hoping, maybe he will have a new IP. But hopefully that doesn't stop him from actually working his magic in Zelda as well.
Right, because that would still be very nice.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
How do you find a successor for that? That's like...
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Huge.
Yes, indeed.
Who will
but of
carry
course,
on the name of Zelda?
Well, that is true. But I actually used to think the same thing about Koji Kondo with his music for the Zelda series.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, the Koji Kondo is as closely tied to the Zelda series as anybody else.
Yeah, but recently he's been not working as closely as he has been with Ocarina of Time, for instance.
Yeah.
But just recently, though, he's been training somebody absolutely amazing with music. I can't think of his name at the time, but he did the music for Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, and he actually helped with Kondo for Ocarina of Time 3D. And he's also the one who did the orchestrated track at the end, and I'm not going to spoil where it is.
I loved it.
Yep, it was amazing. It was amazing.
It was so great.
Yeah, it was simply mind-blowing. And that guy, you can, if you look on Iwata Asks, and you see interviews with him, and you see this guy really loves music.
Yeah.
So... And we know for a fact that he does music amazingly well. And he's actually doing music for Skyward Sword as well, so we know that's going to be really... Yeah.
Oh,
very
it's
cool.
really, really sweet. Yeah?
Yes?
Okay, is it true that for the music in Skyward Sword that it's all, like, orchestrated?
Yes,
That's
it
what I
has
heard,
been
yep.
it has been
Okay,
confirmed that at least most of it's going to be orchestrated, or a lot of it is. It has
I
been
heard
confirmed.
that somewhere, and I was like, I don't know if that's true or not. I need to ask someone.
It's been confirmed.
But now I
It
know.
has? Nice.
Or yeah, it has been confirmed, and we do know that. And of course, that's supported by the fact that the theme for Skyward Sword is orchestrated as well. You know, like the one with Zelda's Lullaby backwards.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, you could tell that from the trailers itself because that was the main theme in there, except for
Yeah.
like the first one where they first showed Skyward Sword at E3 in
Right.
2010.
Speaking
Oh,
of trailers, have you guys seen the one from Comic-Con?
Yes, I did, and it really wasn't
I
that different from the.
That one is the best one by far of all the Skyward Sword trailers that have been released.
I think I do like it better as well.
I think
But-
it gives you more...
More
Not
mad,
information, but-
more mad swordplay, yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it really isn't that much different than what they showed at E3. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that exactly. And if you didn't see the one at E3 and you saw the Comic-Con one before that, all the more power to you, really.
Yeah, man. You're obviously way ahead of us.
Yeah, and personally, I'm happy they didn't really reveal much more because I don't want them to spoil the experience with the trailers.
Yeah,
Totally.
That's true.
That's what I hate about most movie trailers nowadays, is that they tell you the exact plot of the film before you see it.
Yep,
Like,
trailers
oh,
always
thanks
spoil.
Or save me money, I guess.
Yep,
Watch the-
trailers always spoil, as TV tropes will say it.
Yep.
So I'm glad that they're not doing it. And Nintendo, in my opinion, Nintendo kind of has the tendency of spoiling a lot of what Zelda's plot is going to offer in the next installment. It was
Yep.
that problem for me with Twilight Princess as well. I mean, okay, spoilers, everyone.
Close your ear.
Yep. Close it for like 5 more seconds. Okay, Midna's the Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Okay, spoiler over. And, okay, and I mean, it's supposed to, they set it up to be, you know, like, really shocking and stuff, but personally, it really didn't surprise me that much.
I was not, like, after she introduced, like, herself and explained who she was, I was like, oh, okay, so that's the Twilight Princess.
Like, kinda, it didn't really surprise me that much. I could see it kind of from a mile away, so
Yeah.
so that disappointed me, in my opinion.
I
But
wasn't
not
disappointed because it's as much about the story behind it as it is behind the surprise itself.
true. But I was just disappointed behind the surprise. But it was still a really good game, so.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, no regrets there except for the difficulty, which Skyward Sword's hopefully going to remedy. It looks like it's going to be harder, and I'm really looking forward to
With
that.
all the
Oh, yeah.
Motion Plus stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, not only that, but enemies are also look like they're going to do more damage as well.
And that'll be nice.
Yeah, that's
Because
basically
remember
what.
you were talking in a thread the other day, you were saying, you know, if the game would have had, like, the enemies maybe have more hit points, or if they would just, you know, do more damage, that would make it more interesting.
And if they didn't just stand around waiting for you to hit them before they hit you.
Right.
And even
felt a
though a
little
lot of them
formulaic.
are dying one hit anyway, so it's like, hey, kill me, man.
Kill
Kill at me, bro.
at me, bro.
That was a bad reference. I'm
It was a
sorry.
nice try. It was nice.
Well, thank you for the consolation. But yes, so Aonuma may or may not have a new IP. We'll have to see. It's an interesting concept, and we hope to have maybe more information about that as time goes on. Even though we're kind of not expecting it because.
Yeah.
But all right, so and finally. We have something many people are either gonna scream in joy or probably gonna moan in disgust. Hopefully you're in the former, because according to our dear guest Alex, it seems that Ganon will not be appearing in Skyward Sword.
Yay!
Yes. Yes. And I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm not hating on Ganondorf right now, because he's a really good character, especially in the Wind Waker.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Oh yeah, he's a great villain. But I think we can all agree that it's time for a change.
Yeah, because really,
Yep.
Ganondorf gets used way too much. I mean,
Definitely.
it's getting to a point where if you introduce Ganon, okay, you're gonna pretty much win, because he's pretty much become the goldfish poop gang of the Zelda series.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, I love the Zelda formula, but I think it is time for a little something different.
Yes, indeed, and I agree wholeheartedly. And that definitely goes to say for for the plot as well. I mean, Zelda does mix up its plot quite a bit, even though it still keeps the general formula.